Guys, how we doing? I am having a technical difficulties tonight, so if you guys lose me, it's up to you to keep the thing going tonight.
Uh-oh.
I'm just warning you. I keep getting kicked off. Welcome, everybody. What are we on, week 8 now?
Yep.
I think so, yeah. We're getting deep. We got Dave Good, we got Kipton, we got Craig R, we got Chris Lambden, we got Marissa, we got Ashley, Trista's back again, we got Wes back, Kovacs is here, and I believe Natalie Getz is going to join us a little bit later. We're going to jump right into it, guys. We're going to go to the beatdown countdown with Richard Matthey, and this one's pretty funny.
Hold on.
Hey everybody, Richard Matthey here with another Beatdown Countdown. We've had a lot of close calls in the Bachelorette series as far as fights go, but never any knockout, drag-out fights. Well, tonight I'm here to count down for you the top 3 fights that we'd love to see if we were to match up contestants from the Bachelorette. Number 3, Flyweight Division, the Weatherman versus Juan. My predictions, this fight is most likely going to end up as a kindergarten slap. Number 2, the Middleweight Division. Justin Rated R versus Bentley. The most likely result from this fight is both competitors walking or limping away and talking about how they really weren't interested in it anyway. And number 1, the Heavyweight Division. Mike Steinberg versus Craig M. I really don't care what the result of this fight would be as long as one of them ended up with a messed up hairdo. And now, back to the beatdown.
Man, I gotta say, I love Richard Matthey. That guy never ceases to make me laugh. With that being said, everything seems to be in slow motion tonight for some reason. The audio's kind of bad, so please bear with us. We're working on it. We're going to jump right into Ames and his hometown date. I think it was a little over the top. Chris is already shaking his head. So, Chris,
yo, that kid's loaded.
We're going to you, buddy.
Did you see his indoor pool and hot tub and shit?
Yeah, I thought that was a little insane. Like, if I was going to...
And then the carriage ride, I was like, man, I want to go to this kid's house and hang out. Why? Can we have the next bachelor party there? Can we all just hang out there for like a weekend?
His butlers can drive us around in the horse and carriage.
Yeah, seriously. I don't think I have enough clothes to be allowed in that place, man.
Craig, what do you think of Ames and his chateau on the hill?
Dude, I don't think I'd fit in very well there. I don't think anyone. No, but yeah, actually, like he won me over big time this week. But he won me over in a way that I don't think that he was right at all for Ashley. I think she like kept him around way too long. He's totally a different dude than anyone I've ever met. I totally agree with her on that in that regard. But no, he won me over. He's a nice guy, but it just man, he lives in a different world. Like that was a different planet to me. Like that really is like a totally different thing than anything I've ever seen in my entire life. And I've seen some pretty weird things in my life, but that was the weirdest.
Kip, what do you think of this place, man? The castle in Pennsylvania.
It looked nice, actually. I read Chris Harrison's blog today. I guess they had like friends that had a horse and carriage. So yeah, I don't know. I might be with Lambden on this. It might be a good place to have the next get together. I liked Ames, though. By the way, I will say his sister ran the show last night. She said some, like, deep stuff. I was sitting there the whole time going, She was, like, right on things.
I felt like she was either reading a teleprompter or should be the next Bachelorette, one of the two. I don't know. Ashley, what are your thoughts?
Ames is what I like to call adorkable. Like, I think his nerdiness is really endearing. I don't know. I just think he's himself, and that to me is really attractive. Like, he doesn't care how nerdy he is. He doesn't care how ridiculous his Amesisms sound. And he just wants to treat someone really well, which I can appreciate that, and I think he's adorable.
All right, I'll give you part of that. The only thing I disagree with, I felt like he was getting coached by his sister on what to say to Ashley next and what to do. So I'll give you the dorkism stuff. I think that he's definitely being himself when it comes to that. But I felt like he was like a robot being programmed. Kovacs, you're shaking your head. What are you thinking?
Going back to what Ashley said, there's nothing unattractive about the guy. It's tough. He's a super smart guy, but it's tough to watch him on television. It's tough to sit there and watch him for 15 minutes. Just talk. It was really tough for me. I had to struggle through it. But, he's a super smart guy. I'm glad he's off there, though, because I'd rather see Ben after the other guys advance on. But, it was pretty interesting seeing his family and his sister.
I'm going to miss him. I'm going to miss him, man. I thought he was awesome. Just every time he would come on the screen, he made me smile. Because he was smiling, and his exit was excellent. I mean, the stuff he said, he's very smart in his words, and like he was just smiling. You could tell he was upset and he's trying to mask that. But I think the guy's awesome. I hated him in the beginning. I made fun of him in the beginning, and I was like, this guy is a dork. But then halfway through the show, I'm like, he's okay with that. He owns up to it, and I would like to hang out with him one time and just talk to him. I'll probably learn so much from him.
He's his own guy.
Yeah,
you'd rather have someone who's like unique in their own guy. I really liked him.
I respect that.
The guys liked him. You could tell that.
No doubt. Natalie, you've been Team Ames since day one. What do you think of this guy's hometown date? Do you think it was over the top or what?
No, the whole time I was just like, I have ADD, it's obvious, and I would just, every time he opens his mouth, I'm so focused on him, because he's so, it's like beyond intelligence. He's very smart, he's very artsy, he has a lot of things to say, and they're never boring. It's not like that cheesy, nerdy guy. Like, Dave gets it. He's like that masculine, cool guy. He doesn't care what people think, and he also has that, like, artsy-fartsy, like, philosophical side, which is so sexy. Sorry, I'm outside because my internet broke.
No worries. Trista, thanks for coming back again this week with your little wee one there. What do you think of Ames?
Yeah, I apologize. Blakesley was having a major crying attack for mommy, so she's sitting on my lap. But I Ames kind of grew on me this time. This episode, I know I've kind of said not so nice things about him in the past, but I think he's obviously super intelligent. He has a pretty cool family. That whole date, like the tree, I mean, come on, where did that come from? It was like out of some novel somewhere. It's not like I think that physically he's very attractive, but and I don't think that Ashley truly had any chemistry with him. So I think that you could see it. He really wasn't like her type, and I think she was just trying to hold on. Like, I feel like people have always had boyfriends that they kind of like, or at least I have, guys that like I talked myself into dating because they were just really nice, good guys, and maybe really intelligent, and probably somebody I did want to take home to my mom and dad. And I think that was the kind of guy that Ames was for Ashley, but I just don't think they had any chemistry, so I think it was a good move on her part to let him go.
Fair enough. Wes, you still with us, buddy?
I'm here, dude. Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see it. What are your thoughts on Ames?
I've been working out all day. I hope I look good. Ames, okay, you know what? Either we're all just really dumb and he's just really smart, or we're just all being really nice. I mean, I think the guy's a regular dude. I think going to his house was like being on Lord of the Rings. I saw some crazy characters on there, seriously. He scared the shit out of me a few times. I had to come back to reality. Look, he's a nice guy. I can't believe he made it to the Final Four on the show. But you know what? I think it was that Jedi mind trick he's got. You know?
He's going to be the next Bachelor. Mark my words.
Oh, Jesus.
No, he's not.
Hey, we were just talking about filming it at his house. Maybe it'll all work out.
Hey, that works. I will go. Sign me up.
You know what? If he's the next Bachelor, I would
not watch it.
It's hard for me to watch the guy. He scares the shit out of me when I look at him. I can't help it. It's hard for me. Oh, I'm sorry, Trista. You got a baby there.
He can't hear you. He doesn't have headphones in.
Perfect. This is perfect.
Don't apologize to me.
Awesome.
Apologize to the baby. Sorry.
Marissa, are you still with us, Marissa?
I can hear you guys. I just can't see you.
Perfect. Well, we can see you, so this is great.
Awesome.
What do you think of Ames?
He's interesting. I think everyone was really looking forward to his hometown to kind of see where he's from, and I was really let down. I was hoping to see some crazy people, and it was a family straight out of a J. Crew catalog. They were all matching in their white pants and their blue shirts, but I don't know. I kind of got a kick out of his sister. She was like a used car salesman, like pitching him like left and right.
Put it on. She put it on.
And on about him. And I mean, obviously, she was just trying to, make her brother shine amongst all the other guys. But I mean, it was clear that his relationship was just a little bit further behind than all the other guys. And I think it was just he isn't her type of guy, and I think he could just she just maybe kept him along because he was interesting. I don't know, but yeah, it was sad to see him go. I think you finally got to see him not smile for like a second, and then he was still smiling as he was leaving. So, but yeah, I think that was the right choice.
Fair enough. It's like a J. Crew magazine if you lived on Mars. Kind of. Just saying.
Anybody watching from J. Crew, that's Wes Hayden, ladies and gentlemen, Wes Hayden. Feel free to log on to his website and give him a call. Moving on to Ben. I'm going to go to Koufax with this one, our fellow winemaker. What do you think? I mean, for some reason, I just don't see Ashley moving to Central California, dating the mellow winemaker. Call me crazy. What are your thoughts?
Even though we have a kind of a battle going back and forth on Twitter, who can make better wine, I'm going to go ahead and say he's still my favorite on here. And even though I don't quite see the connection, I think it's happening slowly. And I think if they took that relationship and gave it some time, it might be the best one. But I mean, he's my guy. He's been my guy since the first show we ever did. So I'm gonna stick with him. I know he probably doesn't win because I saw him in San Diego a couple weeks ago, but he's my guy. I'm going with him.
Love it, love it. Trista, what do you think of the winemaker Ben from Central Cal? Oh, she wants to hear.
Yeah, she does. Well, she can hear mommy and no one else, and I'm leaving it that way. I love Ben. I love him. I think that last night the emotional side really got to me. He's another one that's really grown on me. I think that his family was wonderful. I think they were very classy, and it seemed like she fit in well, and all this said, going back to my hometown date that I had with Ryan and Charlie, they didn't show any of the good stuff that happened with Ryan and I and my family. Of course, they showed every laugh that Charlie and my family had, but they showed nothing with Ryan. So they tried to make it look like, that Ryan wasn't the guy I chose, because had they shown really what happened on our date, everyone would have known he was the guy I chose in the end. But all this said, I think that, of course, they're going to show what they're going to show for storyline reasons and everything. So I'm always interested to know really, truly how the dates go, especially the hometowns, because you don't get to see everything. But I think Ben's date was awesome. I love Sonoma. And Jesse, I know you say maybe Ashley wouldn't fit into like the low-key lifestyle of the winemaker. But, I was kind of the Miami girl, doing the whole Miami scene. And now I'm in Vail, Colorado, like totally low-key. And it's all good.
It's all coming together now. You know exactly what I mean. Oh, Miami scene.
All right.
With Miami Heat. That's what I mean. Stop.
With that being said, we're going to take a Twitter question from Frederic43. Do you think that the producers could be playing with us and Ben really is the front runner? I'm going to say I agree with Trista. You kind of answered that one. I think that we're seeing an edited version of each one of these guys' hometown dates.
The producers edit? Come on,
oh my
Jesse.
God. Who would have thought? So yeah, I'm going to say, Trista, you're 110% right. And yes, I think we could be being played by the producers and just seeing an edited version. Chris Lambden, what do you think of our boy Ben?
You know what? I actually like that date. It's just pretty much low key, hanging with the family, you know. So it was kind of just like she got to see who he was. So it seemed like, you know, he needed to kind of bring it that week, and he did, and he kind of opened up and let her see inside him. And you know, I don't know. It seems like now that he's probably looks like the front runner to me, and I have not seen any spoilers, so I don't really know. But you know, I thought it was pretty cool.
Fair enough.
And I'm going to Sonoma next weekend, so you know what? If you're watching right now, I want to drink some wine with you, man.
Marissa, what do you think of Ben?
I absolutely love Ben. You know, I've always kind of thought that JP was the front runner the whole way through, but I think last night he really jumped ahead. You know, you haven't seen this. I mean, again, hasn't been shown a jealous side to him. He has just made it only about him and Ashley. He was the only one that actually kissed her hello. Everyone else was like a hug and then a go away, you know. And I think they have a lot of passion within each other. And I think they have a really, really strong romantic connection. And then I think Ashley is just like over the top passionate when it comes to JP. It's very different. I think maybe she feels safe with JP, whereas Ben is more of a romancer, and there's just you know, a really good connection between the two of them. But I think he jumped leaps and bounds in this episode. You know, he totally opened up, and I think it means a lot too, coming from a guy who was so skeptical and so not necessarily anti the process, but didn't believe or think it would work for him. So I think that's great, kind of really seeing the change, and it kind of shows exactly how, you know, this process does work, and it's, you know, it's something that can open up even the guys that didn't even think they were going to go somewhere on this.
Totally. Natalie, you still with us?
Yeah, what's up?
What are your thoughts on our Central Cali boy Ben?
I think he's a really nice guy. You know, he doesn't like me. I tweeted at him and I said I'd vote for him in him and Kovac's wine contest. If he gave me free wine, I'd vote for whoever gave me the most free wine. And he's like, you should have thought of that before you ripped on my clothing. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, he doesn't like me either. It's
so
okay.
Then I was like, haha, that's funny. You're funny, you know. And he didn't say anything back, so now I'm stuck to drinking wine at the Coffee Bean. I hope no one heard that works here. Oh, but can I say, I don't know if you're going to bring this up, but man, Constantine did it for me. I want to make him like my next prisoner of love.
Yeah, we're moving on to him next, don't you worry.
That's a big prison cell, by the way.
Says the Star Magazine scandal.
Ooh.
What?
Says the Star Magazine scandal. Oh, yeah.
What are you talking about?
You're the big prison cell.
Oh, low blows. All right, moving on to
number 6, Craig. Number 6.
They don't object, but okay, keep going.
Tenley and Kipton, what do you think of our Central Cali boy Ben?
No, Ben's great, and you definitely saw a breakthrough last night where he just he became more vulnerable and available to the whole process, as he said. You know, just becoming he was just becoming more available to Ashley, I think.
I like Ben the whole way through. I think early on he was the guy who didn't really put on a front. He's kind of been a guy's guy too, but yet there for Ashley. And I don't know. I think that they definitely have a great connection. JP and her do as well, but it's kind of like at the end you see two different games going on. I don't know which one's better for her.
It's definitely editing, and that's my opinion.
Yeah, I wondered about the editing too, because there was a few really funny moments that they didn't show that they later showed online or like in the credits.
No doubt.
Yeah.
What, Dave Good? What are you thinking of the boy Ben? You lover? You a hater?
No, I like him. I got pretty emotional when he started talking about his dad, actually, because, you know, my dad's going through cancer, and so to think about battling that right now and to lose your father, I was sitting there, and it was funny at the same time, because I've only ever cried really one other time watching TV, and it was during a Dale Earnhardt special on ESPN, and my cousin walked in, and I was sitting there with a blanket crying, and he's like, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm like, Earnhardt, man, he's dead, man. And so I was sitting there, and actually I started thinking about my father, and so I kind of got teared up, and I realized that I'm sitting on the couch eating yogurt, watching The Bachelorette, with a tear in my eye, and so I literally was like, trying to get my shit together, like thinking, because I knew he was coming home soon. I'm like, oh God, he's coming home from the jail. If I'm crying right now, it's going to be all fucked up. So I got up, walked around, and I came back. I'm like, to see him finally open up like that, was a whole different side of him because I was kind of getting off the Ben wagon. I liked him before. It really had to do between him and Constantine's hair, which one I liked more at one point. But now I think he really jumped up a notch. But we'll talk about Constantine in a second because his family kind of made his level go up as well. So
no, we're definitely moving on to Constantine in a second. I'm going to have to agree with Dave on this one. I definitely got a little choked up when Ben started crying. And I'm not going to lie, I felt bad for Ames when he left. I mean, you could tell dude was legitimately bummed. Like, he was like a deer in headlights. Like, whoa.
He always looks like a deer in headlights. He's always like, okay.
He looked like a deer that just got hit by a car in headlights. Like, it was bad. It was totally bad. Craig, were you with me and Dave crying on the couch?
Listen, I gotta be honest, because like I have, and luckily, you know, touch wood, like I've never lost a parent. I have both my parents here with me, and I'm sympathetic to it for sure. The one thing that kind of bothered me about last night's episode is, you know, it's interesting when you talk about editing where the show puts their focus. And they put their focus completely on Ben F's loss of a parent. But I don't even think anyone noticed that Ames' story included the loss of basically two fathers.
I noticed.
And like they barely put any focus on it. It's interesting to me. It's like, wow, I was left wondering last night, wow, how did that affect him? I mean, he lost his father at 10. And not to downplay Ben F's situation, but like, how do they pick and choose how they're going to choose these stories?
Well, I don't think Ames got as emotional about it. And Ben did, so I think.
But you know
Ames took a course on not getting emotional in college. That's why.
Just smile all the time.
Yeah, but no, that kind of like because you know it's like I can't even imagine losing a parent or having a parent that's sick because I've never been through it, and I'm very sympathetic to it. And you know, one of my good buddies, you know, Chris, who's on this show right now, has been through that obviously, and I felt for him with that, but. It's just interesting to me how they pick and choose which stories to really focus on, and like that became a focal point. Obviously, listen, I felt for him last night. I still think with all that said and done, I know it's a reality show, but it's still to me a TV show, and I was a little bored, to be honest, with not with that aspect of it, but with the whole date itself. I kind of felt my eyes closing at points. But that's just a natural guy reaction, I think, to a Sonoma wine date. You know, I kind of just felt like.
No offense, Jesse Kovacs. He didn't mean that, Jesse.
Do we have Ashley on with us right now?
Yeah.
Ashley, what do you think of our boy Ben's hometown?
Here's what I want to say about Ben and his whole thing with his dad. You know, everyone grieves differently. And it's still relatively fresh for him, I think, and I think he's just now starting to deal with it. I think he's been really emotionally shut off for a long time, and that kind of worries me in terms of him possibly being with Ashley after all this, because I don't know if he's ready to deal with that yet. I think he's still pretty closed off emotionally. I think this is like only the beginning of him really dealing with all of these emotions, just based off of that one interview I saw on last night's episode. I mean, it completely broke my heart, and I feel for him. I can definitely, like, see where he's coming from, but I think...
I feel like the right girl, though, could really help him. I mean, that would be a good way.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I just don't know if he's there yet.
You know what I hate? It's like when something so devastating happens, like losing a parent, or it's not like it was a grandparent, it's an immediate family member, someone you looked up to your life, and they kept the cameras on him. You can tell for probably hours, and I know we put our lives out there. I know it's reality TV, but there has to be a certain level of respect, I feel like, sometimes, and I fast-forwarded through that because I had to go somewhere afterwards, and it was, like, making me really sad, you know, like...
I thought he handled himself really well.
He did. He really did.
Composed while he was crying. Like, I mean, I would just be a complete baby in that situation. I would lose it. And he was just
You guys focused. Think he's at the level that Emily's at, where he's just annoyed with it all? He's just over it?
No.
With the editing process and everything?
No, I don't think so.
He looked
good last night. He looked good last night, yeah.
I think that he's always had a great edit.
Wes, what do you think of our long-haired brother from Central Cali?
You know what? You know, I lost my dad 11 years ago, and it never gets easier. You know what I mean? I mean, it's anytime you start to talk about him or you're with your family, I mean, the tears can just start coming like that. So I think he showed a real emotional side to himself. I like the guy personally. My only deal is we're talking about their connection. I kind of watch this show like an episode of Friends or something like that. I mean, there's been roughly 500 contestants, and 4 people have actually gotten married. So we got like a 4% success rate. I think that you can find love like Kipton and Tinley, you know, from past seasons. But, you know, I watch this show as entertainment, and as far as his connection with her, I think he's playing the game. I think he's doing the do just like everybody else. I don't know that he really likes her all that much. I just think he doesn't want to get kicked off until he gets down to the final 2. And then he's going to shit his pants because she might pick him, you know. So, you know, that was my deal when I was on The Bachelor. And I told the producers and everything, I said, look, I want to get to the top 3 and my ass is gone, you know, because I would be really scared standing there. But
you can't handle a big cup of Jillian? Is that what you're telling me?
Jillian looks actually pretty damn hot now. I'm not going to lie to you. But I like Ben. He seems like a really cool dude. Solid.
Fair enough. All right, we're going to move on to Constantine. I know all you ladies. Marissa's already blinking over here. What do you think of our boy Constantine? I'm not going to lie. If I had to pick one guy, if this was for my sister,
so
I would
big.
pick Constantine.
Absolutely.
For the simple fact that this guy is straightforward. He took this girl to his work and was like, hey, this is what I do. I serve tables. I don't, you know, my family owns this restaurant. We work really hard at it. And he made her serve tables. I got a lot of respect for this guy. So
His
Marissa,
passion was awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, agreed.
He's so hot.
Yeah, I absolutely loved him. Loved his
Marissa,
family.
little drool right here.
I know. Sorry. Excuse me. But no, his family was amazing. And I blogged about. He was the only guy who we got to see a reaction of people around him that aren't related to him. You know, the people that he works with or that work for him and at his restaurant, they don't have to like him. You know, they could have just like handshake as he walks through the door and he could have walked straight back. But you see how everyone loves him. Everyone is open with him. You know, everyone is always, you know, peeking in, trying to watch what they were doing. And I think that says a lot. That speaks volumes about him as a person. You know, it's pretty much, it seemed like a family within his workplace. So I think that says a lot about him. And then the second you saw his family, you see exactly why he is the way that he is. I mean, I would love to go over for a dinner at his place because his family seems like a ball. So yeah, after that episode, he's my pick. I mean,
Natalie, you're gushing as well. Natalie, what do you think of our boy Constantine, other than the fact that he's gorgeous, you say?
I don't know, but I just got all hot and bothered. I don't know if it's the sun or the red wine or the coffee bean.
Natalie's like, dinner, I want breakfast.
What up, kid? But normally the whole season I was watching Constantine, he didn't really do anything for me either way. But holy cow. Last night, I think, because I'm so huge on family, you guys all know that. And I mean, that's what a typical Sunday is. Like, a ton of people get together at my parents' house, we barbecue, the nieces and the nephews are running around. And just to see him, okay, also because he is gigantic. He's just a big guy. And he's
Natalie, what do you mean? What do you mean?
He's just so tall and so big and so dumb, you know?
It's like a moose. He's so big.
I mean, he's seriously so big. But no, honestly, like, but not only that, like, his family brought out such a big side in him, and it's like I have not seen that twinkle or that personality behind Constantine until he was with his family. Like, you can tell that means so much to him. They mean everything to him, and they make him a better person, and that is like the #1 quality in a man to me. That's why a lot of relationships don't work out, I think, is because of family. So hopefully I see him this Saturday.
Craig, yes, I have a feeling you will see Constantine at the Mental Hall. He's final 3 now,
baby.
so I would assume he would be there. Craig, what do you think of our large friend, as Natalie calls him, Constantine?
Here's what I think. Honestly, like when you're given a name like Constantine,
there's a lot to live up to there.
You are automatically designated as like the King Kong of the entire universe. Now, I mean, I'm Jewish. I was born a Jew. Unfortunately, there are no Jews named Constantine. Now, listen, Natalie, hold on. There are no Jews named Constantine. If honestly, if I had to do it all over again, and honestly, if I have a kid one day, hopefully I do. But if I'm raising him, even if I'm raising him Jewish, I think I'm gonna ask special permission from everyone in my community to name him Constantine, because I think you're designated for greatness when you're named Constantine. So, with all that said, I think that guy he had it coming from the time he was a baby. I mean, the guy's got great hair. He looks like a Greek god. Like, he's got the whole thing going on. He works in a restaurant. He manages it. All the women love him there. God bless the guy. I wish the guy the best future in the world. He doesn't need my luck. But, yeah, Constantine, you're set for life.
Coming Georgia, here Craig and I come. Whoa.
Oh, man. All right, Tenley and Kipton. Tenley, what do you think? Tread lightly now. Kipton's sitting right next to you. What do you think of the sexy Constantine?
Well, I'll take it a little different segue. Right. Is he in Georgia? Is that right? Okay, so somebody said, the great point about how much he thrives off of his family and how there's that, that twinkle in his eye when he was with his family that we haven't seen. So I think it's gonna definitely, when it comes to Constantine and Ashley, with the chemistry that they have, it's really going to come down to family and moving and all that kind of stuff. That was just one thought that I had, but Constantine's a great guy. You saw a lot of life out of him when he was with his family, and that's a good thing.
She's got 3 good guys left. I mean, this is the point where if she didn't, one of you guys or somebody out there would have been ripping on somebody. They're all good guys. It's like, it's going to be a chemistry thing. But Constantine, the whole way through, ever since like episode 2 when she did that first one-on-one, I like that guy. He was just always real, and there was times where all the guys were gathered together, where everyone's ganging up on Ashley, or everyone's getting all fired up, and Constantine was always like the cool cat, like, taking a real subtle approach.
But it's not him. It's Natalie's gonna meet him.
Yeah. He's waiting for
Natalie, he's all yours. I don't think he's for Ashley.
It's not him. It's
I love
his
that
name, really.
Kenley and I are texting back and forth about my new love.
Is that a picture message? But I'll tell you this, in the video blog that Tenley and I do, I said that his hometown day was my favorite of all of them, just because his whole family was a party. You could tell, like, I think Marissa said, everyone around him just truly, liked that guy, and that speaks volumes. Like, you don't always see that. So, yeah, dude, I think the connection she has with JP and Ben is going to take it further than Constantine, but I think everyone's going to like that guy.
No doubt. Craig, you have your hand up. What's going on, buddy?
No, I was smiling for Tenley's picture, actually.
Natalie wanted to know what she looked like.
There's a black line.
I cannot see myself. I literally cannot see myself this time. Hey, you guys, I have a real quick fun game I put in my blog. Okay, but I made it more ABC appropriate in my blog, but kill, fuck, marry, go. Final 3. Kill, fuck, marry, go.
Ooh.
Dave, you first.
All right.
$10,000 for saying that.
I would probably fuck JP because he's little, marry Ames because he's smart, and obviously I could.
No, Constantine, Ben, and JP. Not
Oh, damn it. I had to marry Constantine then.
Off the air, Just. Off the air. Jesus.
Yeah, cut. All right, Trista, I'm going to go to you. I'm going to go to you on this. Yeah, maybe on HBO. I'm gonna go to you on this one. Constantine reminds me of an East Coast version of Ryan. He's big, he's strong, he's into family. What do you think of Constantine, his hometown?
Yeah, I see that, although Ryan's family is definitely not the big Greek family. We don't get together on Sundays and barbecue and have nieces and nephews running around like Natalie. But
Natalie makes stuff up a lot. That's not true. She lives in LA, for crying out loud.
I wasn't paying attention. What happened?
Yeah, that's not you.
No.
Exactly. You're doing great, Natalie.
Keep it up, Natalie.
So, no, I see that. I mean, yeah, he's big and strong and manly, but I don't know if they're quite the same. I like him. That doesn't mean that I don't like him, that I don't think he's necessarily exactly like Ryan. I think actually that JP is more like Ryan in that he's more kind of reserved, and I know where she's going.
Did we lose Trista? I think we lost Trista.
Lost her.
Bye, Trista.
She's going to pop back in like 8 seconds, finishing what she's talking about right now. Ready? Go. Or not. Not at all. All right, moving on. Lambden. You still there? Did we lose Lambden too? Maybe we're having a whole round of people getting booted. Wes, what do you think of our boy?
Look, I mean, I like him a lot. It was by far the best hometown date, I thought. I loved his family. You know, they were the kind of people that. There goes Natalie. Oh, by the way, Charles Chaplin could give Natalie a boner if he tried.
What?
He's an ugly ass dude. Anyway, his family was great. You could tell they didn't care that the cameras were on them. You know, they weren't all about the hype and everything. Everybody else's parents seemed kind of subdued. Now look, Constantine is a great guy, but I think they're packaging him. It's all about the edit. Look, if I could sell a turd if I had the right wrapper. You know what I mean? It's all about the market. It's all about how you package something and sell it. Let's get real. You know, if this guy was just a normal guy walking on the street, Natalie wouldn't be dripping in her panties right now. He's on
Oh
TV,
my God!
he's
Yes, I
great at it.
would.
Yes, you would.
Yeah.
So I just defended myself.
But you know what I'm saying?
By the way.
I mean, it's everything that you have to watch is all in perspective. Everything is about perspective and how you sell something. And I think what they're doing right now with Constantine, he had the best overall hometown date, the most sincere, the coolest cat out of the three. I think they're going to set him up to be the next Bachelor. That's what it's looking like to me.
I don't think they could set up how cool his family was, though. Like, his family was awesome.
But the way that everything that they showed, everything that they put in the clip, I'm sure there was good times at the other people's houses too. But all you saw was, you know, Ames' sister looking like Megamon's little sister, you know, giving a speech, and it was boring. The other 2 days,
dude, it did look like she was reading from a teleprompter. I'm serious.
It
bold,
did. She
bold
was
of, yeah,
killing it. It's all perspective, dude. He's the good-looking guy with the good hair, and you know they got the right wrapper on his ass. Next Bachelor.
Hey, you know who else is really big? Craig R. is my Jewish Constantine.
Same hair. Same hair.
He told me to say that.
But no matter what, I'm always a prisoner in her world, though.
Hey, did anyone notice? Did any of the guys notice how hot the Constantine's sister was? Isn't it Constantine's
Yes,
sister?
She looked like
She
Ashley.
reminds me of Ashley. Yes,
Yeah.
she does.
Gorgeous. I think she needs to be the next Bachelorette.
I think she should be on the show. I want to nominate her for the show. I thought about that.
Trista, we lost you on your whole Constantine spiel. I'm sure you know you got kicked off or you froze. Quick 10 seconds, Constantine recap. What do you think of this guy?
I basically just said that I agree with Kipton, and I think that she's got three great guys. I think whoever she ends up with is going to be awesome. I love Constantine's family and just the togetherness of it all, and they seemed extremely close, and I don't know who would not love to be part of that family. So
Tinley, hand check.
Absolutely.
I was just thinking the same thing. You got Kipton sitting here with a big smile on his face, and Tenley's like looking at it. Can't every once in a while you see Tenley's shoulder go like this. Yep, All right.
Kipton's better looking. Don't worry about it, Kip.
Kovacs.
2 abs.
Kovacs, what do you think of our boy Constantine?
Well, I'll keep this quick because this Constantine's taking forever.
Yeah.
But his family seemed awesome. I love Constantine's dad. He reminds me a lot of my dad, where he can't get a sentence. The complete sentence structure is all messed up. Like, this boy is my life love.
Like the
what about his uncle?
Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Oh, his uncle.
His uncle making it rain.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Like the Windex guy from my Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Right. So I found myself enjoying watching the show while they were at his house and the family came over. I was actually enjoying watching it versus the other 6 episodes I've seen before where I have to struggle through it. So I caught myself, but that's a good thing. It was a good show. I like his family a lot. So I was pretty impressed.
Yeah, who's beeping? Turn it off, or we're gonna donkey punch you. Lambden, what do you think about our boy Constantine? Would you do him or what?
I would definitely fall asleep in his arms watching a movie late at night.
That's good to know.
Man. No, that Greek shit, man, that goes right to your head. I've done it before.
How can we talk about 2 guys having anal sex, but we can't play Kill Fuck Marry? Come on.
We didn't say anything about anal sex with dudes. Nobody ever said anything. What is wrong with you?
He said, "Would you do him?" He said, "Would you do him?"
Oh, Lord.
Do it by doing it and watch a movie.
Yeah. All right. Last but not least, my boy Dave. 15 seconds. What do you think of Constantine, other than he's the man?
He's cool. I like him. Move on.
Fair enough. All right, Trista, you were talking about JP. What do you think of JP? You think he's it? He's the knight in shining armor? What's the deal?
I think they have fabulous chemistry. I think that you can see it, that they really are into each other, and you know, I like their cute little skating date. The family, she didn't clearly bond as well with his family, but like I said earlier, I think that they just pick and choose what they want to show, and who knows what truly happened on their date, and if she had really great laughs and a huge connection with them. But I think that they have great chemistry. You can't deny it, so I like it.
Effortless.
No doubt. I'm going to hop over to Tenley and Kipton just because I want them to stop playing grab ass. What do you guys think of JP? You guys think he's the one? Not so much? Yes, no, maybe so?
Just like Trista was saying, their chemistry is effortless. There's the mutual leaning into each other and just really vibing off of each other. But the one thing that holds me back is wondering what's up with JP and his past. And
Yes.
wondering what he's dealing with and what really broke him, and is he healed from that type of deal?
So tired of hearing that. I felt bad for Ashley. They kept bringing up his past, and like, listen, everybody gets dumped. Like, it happens, but you got to move on. I'm going to get my ass kicked here for this, but because I'm going to fall off the JP wagon, so everybody that seems to be on. But I feel like the guy seems a little. I can see it being a problem down the road. He falls so hard, so quick, and I feel like, think about this now. Think just outside the box. But their relationship, if they move on from here, is not going to be normal. It's going to be in the spotlight. It's going to be he's going to have to deal with people coming up to her and do this, and he seems like a very, very jealous type. Most guys that fall that hard are very jealous type guys, and for him to work out after this and be okay with Ash, he's going to have to deal with a lot of shit from the media, from other people, you know, and they're going to have to, it's never going to be normal. Look, Trista's been married for 75 years and she's still doing this stuff right now. Well, I'm just kidding, Trista, obviously.
You're lucky she got up. She'd be punching you in the balls right now.
So, but how long, honestly, she's been, what, how long have they been married? Obviously,
7 years.
7 years. So she's still doing this stuff, and so they're not going to have a normal life if they do get married. The Bachelor's going to keep coming back. They're going to use them as their little ball of children, the one that worked out. So they're always going to be doing it, and I can see a little hint of him not being able to handle that very well in the future. Not now, but in the future. So I'm going to say that he's my number 3 guy now, unfortunately.
Kip, do you think, off what Dave said, do you think that JP's going to punch somebody in the face during photo hour with Ashley, or what?
I didn't say that, but...
Was that, you mean the guy with no sleeves right now? Did he say that? No, yeah, actually, you know, in part, Dave brings up a good point, because it is going to be a bit of an unusual situation if they end up together, and I do think that he is an emotional guy. So,
by the way, I'm sorry, Trista. You're back.
What?
Dave said you were married for 75 years. I just called him out.
Hey, but that's kind of...
Oh no, what did I miss?
I'll tell you one thing, though. I feel like passion and fun and, like, you know, people, especially Bachelorettes, tend to lock in quickly on, like, one person. And that's been JP, I feel like, this show. So when it comes to picking time, I think that he's got a better place than anybody else. Oh, no. What's up, man?
Say hi.
Look at Noah.
Oh, Jesus, here we go. Kovacs, get yours. Come on.
He has his little
Shit, get in my lap.
on.
Where's my baby at? Wait, give me a baby. I need a baby. Wait.
Wes has one. Wes has one.
Yeah, well, it's right next to Wes's Bible.
Holy shit, I'm knocking on wood. I'm knocking on wood. What the fuck am I thinking?
Oh, man. All right, Natalie, what do you think of JP? You think he's uber jealous, or what's the deal?
Well, no, I think that he's jealous for a good cause, because everyone goes on this show thinking you're not going to fall in love. It's a reality TV show. It can't work out. And then when you actually start following someone, which obviously JP is falling for Ashley pretty hard, he's now realizing that it's real. And you always hear every season that one of the top 4 people say, oh my gosh, this is real. This is really happening. And I just don't think he expected it, you know? And he has all these emotions. And when you have a crush on someone and you're in the dating phases, but you're not exclusive, and you have to hear of that person going on dates with other people, or have that thought running through your head like she's kissing or he's kissing other people, it sucks. And so
Well, remember back though, I defended him in that cause last time. I said I defend him. He has to put up with that. Remember drinking off my drink? I defended him. But what I learned this time after seeing his mom and everybody keep bringing up his past relationship and his history and how he falls so hard, that's what I base that's what I base my thought process on. So I want to make sure we reiterate that.
We did burn up a ton of time on Constantine. I'm going to keep these short, these last few with JP. Landon, what do you think? Would you give Ashley a big old kiss and a photo to see if JP would punch you in the face or what?
Man, I got about a half a foot on him and a lot better hair, so you know.
Love it. Craig, what do you think of our boy JP?
I'm very concerned. I'm very concerned because like he's like Lampton's age, which like kind of worries me to begin with.
That is old.
I'm kidding. No,
Hey,
Lampton was Larry.
old.
No, Lampton was Larry Bird. He turned Shaquille O'Neal on the show. But yeah, I mean, you know what the problem is? It's like the one thing I've learned about relationships myself is that in order to make one work. No.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
No, Dave, come on.
That's next week, Dave. I told you.
Dave, let's not talk about our past, dude.
Sorry, dude. I'm sorry. It was once we were drunk.
No. Yeah, but you know, like you actually have to like change at 34 years old. Like, was this dude actually gonna really like snap out of like the whole like falling for girls and getting his heart broken? I don't know. I think she should.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hey, Craig, just stop, man. As an old man, you're full of crap.
Moving on.
Shaquille O'Neal, chill out, dude.
Moving on. My man Wes. Wes, what do you think of JP? 10 seconds. You think he's the man? You think we're being tricked? What's the deal?
Number one, I never jump on the bandwagon of anybody, so I'm not afraid of ruffling any feathers. JP got neutered on the second show. I never really liked the guy. I waited till the very end to figure out who I like. I like Constantine, and I like Ben. JP's, he needs to grow.
Right there with you, buddy.
Period.
Love it. All right. Quickly, Ashley, what do you think of JP? Is he the knight in shining armor? 10 seconds.
I really like JP, and I also really like that Ashley didn't seem like she was lying at all when she was talking to his mom. It seemed like she wasn't just saying things to make her believe that she liked her son. Like, she honestly meant it, and you could tell that when she was talking to her. So I like that part of the date.
Marissa, do you agree with Ashley? Is he the one, or are you going to ruffle some feathers?
I mean, I've always liked him. I've always thought that her connection with him has been one of the strongest. But I mean, yeah, there's been some red flags about him, the jealousy, the constant talk about past relationships. So just kind of gotta keep an eye on him. He seems like the guys have said, the guy that'll just flip on anything. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. But I still think they have one of the stronger connections.
Kovacs, are you going to ruffle feathers, or you think he's the one? I honestly think that his edit's been too straightforward from the very beginning, and there's no, I mean, obviously he can win, but I just feel like it's been too straightforward. They've never done an edit like this. What are your thoughts?
Listen, I'm just pretty upset with the amount of airtime that I've gotten on this show, first and foremost. Secondly, going back to what everyone was saying about JP, he is really trying to keep his cool under the circumstances. The guy is super jealous, super insecure, and he, like you were saying, Dave, he's going to flash.
Mark my words.
If something,
I wrote the damn book on it.
If someone or something crosses him, he will flash and flip out, and there's a reason why he talks about how none of his relationships have ever worked out. It's because the guy, he can't control himself. And you can tell he's on the verge of flipping out as it is right now. There's no way he's got a chance.
Speaking of flipping out, Jesus Christ sent us a Twitter question.
What?
And it's spelled GIIZUSKRYST. And they want, this question's actually for Natalie, but I'm gonna let Natalie answer it, and then I'm gonna throw it open to the floor. We're gonna finish on this question.
I talk to Jesus every day, so this is not weird.
It's perfect. So does Wes. Him and Jake do. They Skype with Jesus Christ every day. Who's the best Bachelor material out of all three left? If they were gonna pick a Bachelor from these three dudes, what do you think, Natalie?
Oh, Constantine. I mean, for sure, he's got the build, the look, everything, and he's got armor.
Dave, speaking of
Jesus Christ.
What was the question?
Who's the best Bachelor material out of all these? Out of the 3 dudes left, 10 seconds.
Constantine. Yeah.
Wes.
Like I said, Jesus, if you put the turd in the right wrapper, you can sell anything. Constantine.
True, buddy.
He's got the perfect wrapper.
Kovacs, what do you think?
He's going to go with Ben.
I like the mask for the next.
The mask? You want Jeff Madola for next Bachelor?
Absolutely.
All right. I agree. Landon, what do you think?
I think JP. He doesn't have to compete with any guys. He can just, play all the girls. It'll be fine.
We already know that Craig thinks it's going to be Constantine because he's going to name his firstborn son after him.
Yeah.
Ashley, what do you think?
I think they should do Ben and Constantine.
Oh,
Tag team.
together? Man, you guys are a bunch of freaks. Marissa?
No, not necessarily.
As a person, I think the best quality for Bachelor, Constantine, but I don't think he would make a good Bachelor for this show.
Craig, we're not talking about who you want to bang. It's supposed to be who's the next Bachelor.
Wait. This is kind of off subject a little bit, but aren't the men tell all this week?
Yeah, it's like the 21st or something.
I was thinking about coming out. Is what's his name going to be out there? I know they invited him.
Bentley?
Bentley.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
They invited him. I wanted to come out. I might fly out.
If that guy has half a brain in his head, he will not go anywhere near those cameras.
That's what I did. I didn't show up, and for good reason. But yeah, according to reality, Steve, I don't think he's gonna be there.
Tenley and Kipton, who do you think? What is clicking?
What
is
is
that Tenley
that?
again under the table?
Are
they still there?
I'm here.
Correct.
I'm back, by the way.
What are you guys doing under the table? We can't even see you. Good Lord, we just hear a bunch of noises. It sounds like a chain.
Somebody's working on something. It's not a.
What
is that?
10 seconds.
I gotta hope
Who's
Bentley
next?
comes back.
Who's the next Bachelor material out of the 3 guys left?
I think Constantine's a good dude, but honestly, July 19th, 2011, I should have said this last week, I think it's going to be Graham Bunn. I think Bachelor Patty, you're going to see a stand-up dude. Everyone's going to love him, and then in fall, you'll see Graham Bunn, the Bachelor.
I'm not stepping on the Graham Bunn subject till Bachelor Pat beat down. Tenley, what do you
I think you ladies had Graham last week. He's a good dude.
Say, Natalie and I.
There you go. I haven't even met Graham yet, but Constantine kind of lacks, with everybody saying Constantine, I think Constantine actually lacks some personality for being the actual Bachelor.
Yeah.
That's what I have to say.
None of the Bachelors have personality. You kidding me? They're like
Jake had a ton of personality.
I guess you have to be able to, in some situations, if they don't have personality, then the other part that producers like is that they'll do what they say, but I don't think, Trista did what she liked to do, and that's why she's like the one you look at, so.
Speaking of that, Trista, who do you think would be the best quality out of the 3 dudes?
I honestly think that Ben, I like Ben. I know that everyone's on the Constantine bandwagon, but I feel like it's because his family was so awesome and they had such an awesome family hometown date that everyone's like, singing his praises now. But I really like Ben. I think he's ready for a relationship, even though it's kind of scary. But that's my vote.
Fair enough. We're going to go back to my boy, Craig R. Craig R., it's your last 10 seconds, buddy. What do you think? Best Bachelor material.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna speak in the words of Wes Hayden, and JP is the tightest wrapped turd you've ever seen in your entire life. And there's nothing like a tightly wrapped turd, baby. So JP all the way.
Is there anybody that I can't see right now that I didn't ask who should be the next Bachelor? Fair enough. All right. Guys, tonight was kind of long-winded, but that's what you get when you got 4 dudes to talk about. Until next week. Later.
Peace. God bless.
Later, guys.